You know, the Lord has been speaking about this prophetically for quite some time, and I shared some of those prophecies. One particular one was from September of 2023, where the Lord said that the head of the snake, speaking of Iran, would be cut off. There would be a breaking of their arms, a crippling of their feet. Then the Lord also began to declare in 2018 that the nuclear capacity and war that Iran would seek, it would not happen. 2019, God says, Iran, that which you seek to do by nuclear power, a new regime will arise, and it will not happen. So God is in the middle of all of this, and we have to go back to a particular prophecy, Gene, to Dutch's point, and that is in May of 2021, May 23rd, the Spirit of God began to prophesy and say that there would be two that he has anointed in the earth that would be raised up again, and they would be given their seats of power. And he said, I speak of Netanyahu and I speak of Donald Trump. And it's interesting the Lord used the word anointing, because the anointing, according to Isaiah 10:27, destroys yokes. And that's exactly what Iran has been in the earth. It's been a yoke that the enemy has used to really bring a lot of fear, harm, terrorism. And then the anointing also undoes heavy burdens. And that's where we're heading, is for God's reset. And the Middle East is going to open up in an unusual way as an unusual peace comes for the sake of the gospel. I think something that's very, very important is sometimes we see history play out again. And you can look at this narrative in Exodus 14, where God rose up or gave to Israel Moses. And there was a point when here they were on the brink of deliverance at the parting of the Red Sea. They looked at Moses, and the Egyptians were pursuing from the left. And you talk about a terroristic nation, just like we're talking about with Iran. And you know what they said to the leader that God raised up in Moses? Moses, you brought us out to kill us. And then you go to Numbers 16, and you look at when 250 rose up against Moses again. And God had to come down and settle the score and say, who is on the Lord's side? So lastly, this is what we have to do. We listen often to these podcasters and different media people, and we forget about the God component. April of 2023, the Lord himself said the God factor would begin to happen with Israel and Iran. And he used the word that the Lion of Judah, the Lord himself, would arise. And then he looked and he prophesied to Netanyahu, and he said, yet Netanyahu, you will arise as the lion will arise, and there will come a regime change. All over the news, they're calling this Operation Lion Arises. Why? It's because God is not only backing Netanyahu, but he's backing President Trump. It's God who's arising, and he's using these men and these nations to absolutely reset the earth and reset Iran in an amazing way that's coming.